Ryder pushed the throttle forward the moment Earth's destroyers finished erasing Nightshift headquarters. No warnings, no negotiations, no final messages. One moment the station existed. The next, it didn't. Earth called it enforcement. Ryder called it efficiency. He didn't bother turning the ship around. There was nothing left to look at, and memory had never saved anyone in his line of work. Nightshift headquarters had been profitable, illegal, and carefully invisible, which was exactly why its destruction mattered. Earth didn't destroy things like that unless it wanted a message delivered quickly. Ryder had received it. The coordinates were already waiting on his forward display, clean and exact, unmarked. They cut straight through regions most charts still labeled unstable or unreliable. Ryder had learned long ago that those labels usually meant someone didn't want traffic there. "This isn't a trap," he said quietly. The crew glanced at him. "Traps want you confused," Ryder continued. "This wants us to arrive. Full burn." The ship responded immediately. Drives pushed beyond recommended limits. Hull stress climbed into red margins. Behind them, Earth's destroyers adjusted course with mechanical calm, their targeting systems already calculating solutions that ended with Ryder's ship becoming debris. Nightshift crew didn't panic. Panic required hope. "Target lock in 90 seconds, the nav officer said. Ryder nodded once. Plenty of time. The first warning didn't come as an alarm. Space ahead of the ship didn't distort. It didn't shimmer or glow. Instead, the star field shifted slightly, like a map being corrected by someone who knew it better. "Coordinates just updated," the nav officer said. Ryder allowed himself a faint smile. "Good," he said. "Means someone's watching." Behind them, Earth's destroyers fired. Not at Ryder, at the space around him. The void folded inward, clean and precise. Targeting solutions unraveled instantly. Predictive models collapsed into nonsense. The coordinates updated again, closer, intentional. The fold snapped shut. Earth's destroyers lost lock for a fraction of a second, just long enough. "Hard roll," Ryder said. "Now." The ship twisted violently. Inertial dampers lagged. Physics objected. Ahead of them, something open. Not light, not energy. Absence. A corridor where resistance dropped and probability thinned. "That wasn't there before," someone said. "No," Ryder replied. "It wasn't." Weapons fire vanished mid-flight, swallowed by collapsing microfolds. Whatever was guiding them wasn't reacting anymore. It was leading. "Captain," the engineer said carefully. "This thing is flying us." Ryder pushed the throttle a little further. "Then let's not disappoint it." Encrypted traffic flooded the comm array. Not Earth traffic. Nightshift encryption. Old. Obsolete. Supposedly dead. Cargo identifiers scrolled past. Routes Ryder had shut down. Names he'd paid to forget. Runs written off as lost decades ago. Ryder leaned back in his chair. "So you've been keeping tabs," he murmured. The path adjusted again. It wasn't interested in the chase. It was interested in Ryder. Reality pushed back hard as they crossed the next boundary. Gravity spiked sideways. Dampers struggled. Crew slammed into restraints. "Structural limits! Exceeded!" Ryder didn't look up. "We crossed those 5 seconds ago," he said. "Keep us together." The path narrowed. Not visually, functionally. There were fewer places the ship could exist without being torn apart. Ryder shut down automated assists and flew manually. Hands, reflex, experience. One by one, Earth's destroyers fell out of pursuit. Not destroyed, just unable to follow. The ship lurched. "We're losing mass," the engineer said. Cargo bays, storage pods, encrypted archives. The signal wasn't random. It was trimming weight. "Cut it loose." Explosive bolts fired. Nightshift's darkest inventory vanished into vacuum. The ship stabilized. The corridor widened. The signal approved. The third hunter arrived without announcement. A blind zone slid across sensors. Too clean to be natural. Ryder didn't need the readout. "Corporate," he said. "Fully autonomous." The hunter phased into partial visibility. Angular, stripped down, designed to solve problems permanently. Escape vectors collapsed. A message forced itself onto the display. Systemic risk. Permanent neutralization. Ryder sighed. "That's flattering." Target lock. Weapons armed. Launch confirmed. And then nothing? No explosion? No interference? The hunter simply went dead. Not damaged. Empty. Its decision core had been erased with surgical precision. Someone had reached inside and turned it off. "That wasn't luck," Ryder said quietly. No one disagreed. The signal changed again. No corridor, just coordinates. Closer. Direct. "Well," Ryder said, "guess we're being escorted." The stars vanished. A massive structure filled the void, segmented, asymmetrical, deliberately unfinished. No running lights, no broadcasts, no visible weapons. A docking vector appeared. Ryder followed it. The station accepted them without comment. They stepped into silence. No guards, no weapons, just people. Human. Men and women who looked to be in their 30s. Ryder took that in slowly. "Either I'm hallucinating," he said, "or this is going to be a strange conversation." "Captain Ryder," one of them said calmly. "Welcome. You picked an interesting way to introduce yourselves." "We are the Sixth Faction." Ryder smiled faintly. "I thought you were a rumor. An international scientific collaboration. 22nd century. Too independent. Shut down." "That is accurate?" "I was told the scientists vanished." "They did." "You don't look vanished." "You've been gone 100 years, Ryder said. "Same faces. Same posture. Nowhere." He tilted his head. "So either you solved aging, or you're very committed to the story." "We replaced what failed," the woman said. "Skin, organs, neural pathways." "Of course you did." "And the brain?" Ryder asked. "Gradually enhanced. Biological components phased out where inefficient." Ryder nodded slowly. "That explains a lot." "What does?" the man asked. "Why do you think this will work?" "They didn't react. They recorded it." "You saved my ship," Ryder said. "Which means you want something." "We require access," they replied. "Your roots, your contacts. You want an outlaw to help you reshape Earth. We want order." Ryder smiled thinly. "Everyone who ever broke the world said that." He asked for privacy. Inside the room, he faced his crew. "They don't see people," Ryder said. "They see systems." He glanced at the medic. "They think we're a vaccine. And every vaccine contains a bit of the virus." No one needed clarification. "We play along," Ryder said. "Then we take control." The first mission was quiet. Old roots reactivated. Ghost networks stirred. While the Sixth Faction focused on Earth, Ryder moved weapons. G-36 rifles and MG-3, old, mechanical, uninterested in station security. "They don't scan for history," Ryder said. He watched the station. Everything ran perfectly. Too perfect. He stopped walking. The station hesitated. There it was. They had optimized out conflict. Outlaws survived on it. Earth noticed noise. Corporations noticed panic. The autonomous hunter incident disappeared into classified archives. Blame flowed downward. Nightshift, always Nightshift. The Sixth Faction logged progress as acceptable. They missed the delay. Ryder adjusted systems subtly. Minor delays, conflicting permissions. Nothing broke. Everything slowed. Outsiders arrived. Dockmasters. Fixers. Mechanics. Exceptions. Trust formed sideways. Weapons moved quietly. Nightshift became a mesh. Then Ryder forced the issue. Conflicting priorities. Impossible optimization. Security activated. Enforcers deployed. Corridors sealed. Compliance demanded. The response was immediate. The G-36 cracked. The MG-3 thundered. Old kinetic violence tore through optimized armor. Ryder's voice carried through the station. "Stand down." They didn't, so he pushed harder. The core nexus fell. Manual overrides engaged. The station shuddered, then stabilized. Every display updated. Primary control. Nightshift Syndicate. Ryder opened a station-wide channel. "This station is under Nightshift control," he said. "No purges, no revenge. Keep working and you'll be fine. Try to take it back, and you won't get a second chance." Earth saw the station wake behind Neptune. Corporations understood immediately. A new power had entered the system, one that didn't negotiate. Ryder stood on the bridge, watching the stars drift past. Nightshift wasn't running anymore. It was established. Empires ruled space. The Nightshift Syndicate ruled what moved through it.